Today we're going to be checking out my Nintendo 64. Let's have some fun with it. Such a cool shape to this system right here. This is the original one that I had from when I was a kid. Happy that we still have the controllers and some of the games from it. And yeah, just a cool system. It's got a fun shape to it. This is Nintendo 64. Kind of like a three-dimensional N right there, letting you know that they're kind of went from like 2D to kind of 3D, which is very cool. You got 4 ports on it, so it supports up to 4 players. This is like a indicator light letting you know it's on. It also has some switches. It's got the power on and off, and when you turn it on and off, obviously the light comes on and off. And this is the reset button right here. Those are pretty much all of the buttons and switches, these guys right here. Underneath here, we'll open that up in a minute. This is kind of where the game cartridges actually fit, because they actually ran not on a disc or anything, but actually like a cartridge, kind of like a Game Boy cartridge if you can think about it. And you'd actually put it in there and you'd push it and it would make a connection. If you can see, it has kind of like an opening on the circuit board that perfectly lines up with this extruding kind of circuit board piece right there. That's how you play your games. A lot of times you'd have to blow on it to clean it out. You'd get dust on it, or you'd have to blow in the air just to clean it out. If you get little dust bunnies in there, it actually wouldn't work sometimes. So that's where we're going. I got my camera picking up on James Bond right there. Such a fun game. On the back of it, it's what do we got? Nintendo 64 controller deck, rating 19 watts, I believe. This is the USA model, so I'm sure there's some from different countries. There is like a little port right here on the back of it. It looks like a big old, like a larger, I believe, port. I don't think that you could put one of these cartridge games in it if you took it out of the case. I'm not sure if it's the same size, but I've seen online images. Actually, let me pull it up right here, like this right here. If you can, the camera can pick it up, like an expansion. I don't know if it was released or not, but I believe that's what this bottom port was for some sort of like expansion. They'd actually clip on it, because I know with systems like the Nintendo GameCube, they came out with like a Game Boy expansion that you could slap on the bottom of the GameCube, which is kind of cool. So I wouldn't doubt that they came out with something like that. Other than that, I'm not really sure what this is for. It's got like these 2 little feet on the front with this black plastic. It's not really rubber. These ones have a little bit of rubber on them. On the bottom or the back of it, it's got this big old cavity right here, which is kind of interesting, but it actually goes, that's where the power supply comes in. The power supply is pretty cool. I like the design of it. Instead of having a power supply where the transformer's like along the cable at the beginning or in the middle, the transformer's at the end of it, so it literally plugs into the system, and the bulk of the power cable is now in the back of the system right there. It's pretty cool, but it's pretty hefty, so it's kind of cool. It keeps the cable more free, so it can like squeeze behind a TV or something like that. But it's a big old box, bulky box right here. I believe it's a transformer. See, Nintendo AC power supply changes it to DC, some different voltages right there to power the system. So you go and plug that in. It has a nice little flick, and it has this kind of this locking mechanism right there. So it locks. It's not going to just jump out at you. The next is the kind of audio and video cable. This is one of the cables right here. I find these interesting because it works for the N64. You can see it's the older RCA connection. You got the video, and then like the audio, I think the right and left. Kind of just simple. And not all monitors or TVs actually come with the RCA connections anymore. So if you do have any retro game systems that you're looking to play, you're either going to have to get like an adapter of some sort, or just make sure that the monitor or I guess TV or viewing device has an RCA connection. Because I was actually having trouble finding a little screen that would work with that today. But I found one, so very cool. But this is actually the audio and video plug for the N64. It's got this kind of shape to it. I just noticed you got Mario back here. I think it's Mario's personal number right there. But this is where it fits in there right there. Real simple, real easy. One thing I find fun about this kind of port right here is it actually persists 3 different systems. So not only does it work for the N64, right here I have a Super Nintendo, SNES, SNES. And if you look on the back of it, it has the previous NES kind of output for video and audio, but it also has the same one. So right here, it actually uses the same technology for audio and video out as the N64. And not only that, I have to my side a GameCube, the generation after the N64, and that actually takes the same connection as well. Cool. So if you're ever out of a connection for audio and video for either of these systems. You can always purchase one that works for each of them, which is really nice and really simple. So you don't have to buy one specifically for an N64. You can buy one that works for a GameCube, a SNES, or N64. So it's kind of fun right there, fun little fact that I just like to put out there. So this is the plug for the video and audio. I'll go ahead and plug that in the back of the monitor. Alright, now that we got it plugged in, it has power, as you see. If I turn it on, the red light comes on. Got the power in, got the audio and video going out. It's connected to the monitor behind me. We haven't really checked out this expansion port right here. Let's check it out. It lifts up. It says memory expansion. I believe this was equivalent to adding RAM to your system. So some games required more, I guess, RAM to play. I believe this came with like Donkey Kong 64. I believe that's where I got it from. But I actually don't have the Donkey Kong 64 game. That got just lost somehow. But I do have the memory expansion from that. I always remember this was really hard to get out of there. The trick that I actually used the lid itself. You use the lid itself and just pop it out. I know it did come with a tool as well to pop it out. And if you look inside of there, it's kind of like a tiny little port opening, kind of like a smaller version of this one where the cartridge goes in. And this is just a small little kind of memory chip in there. This is the Nintendo 64 memory expansion pack. And it has the model right there, Nintendo 64. Looks kind of cool. It's got some like cooling looking grills, just from plastic. Got the cool red color right there, make it feel like it's going to go faster or something. Plug it in, and I believe it made your system a little bit quicker. I'm not sure if there was probably different models and expansions you could get for that, but I'm not 100% sure. The next thing is, let's go ahead and check out one of the controllers. We do have two of them right here. Kind of got this gray one, and then we got this plastic, purpley plastic one that's kind of translucent, which you can kind of see the guts of the controller. Very cool. You can see the inner workings of it. You see Nintendo along it. It's got these different buttons. You got the A, the B. You got all these C buttons right here. The start button, kind of crazy joystick. A D-pad. You got the right bumper and the left bumper. And on the back of it, there was like a trigger button as well, the Z button, which is pretty cool. There's also like another expansion pack right here. I believe you could get like a rumble pack or the equivalent of something like that would make your controller jiggle and shake in certain games. I never actually had that. There's probably other expansions you could get as well, but I'm really not aware of them. I'm not 100% sure. As you can tell, the controller is kind of a funky shape, kind of a weird shape, almost like a bullhorn or something like that, just like horns or who knows. The real question is, how do you hold the thing? Do you hold it like this? 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 No one ever knows. Honestly, when I was younger, I pretty much held it left hand here, right hand here, and I pretty much pretended like this side didn't even exist. This is such an interesting kind of controller design, and if you can obviously tell, the next generation was GameCube. They drastically changed it, and they went for kind of like a more ergonomical kind of feel, because it was a crazy controller. You can't really easily use all of the buttons on the controller at once. Tell me how you can really use the Z button and this left trigger right here if you hold it like this. It's just almost impossible. So it's just kind of an interesting controller design, but honestly, still some of the games, they work perfectly fine with it. A lot of the games didn't really require these ones over there that I remember. So the next thing is, let's go ahead and put in a game and have a little bit of gameplay. Actually, let's check out the games real quick. This one was one of my favorites. You got the Goldeneye 007 James Bond. You gotta play the role of a secret agent, and you had to pretty much save the world. And there was actually a multiplayer, a low-key multiplayer mode on there, and it was so much fun, so much hours and just fun, shooting each other's toes with the golden gun. Just such a blast. Secret hall, like hidden doors. Just such a fun game. I got Turok right here. Dinosaur shooting game. You gotta fight your way out of the Jurassic Park pretty much. Fun game. I believe this one was probably from my brother's. Some NHL 98. Breakaway 98. I remember playing those games. It looks like another one, another sport game. I believe this was his. All-Star. Baseball 99. Got Diddy Kong Racing, pretty cool game. Some Donkey Kong. I wish I had the original Donkey Kong 64. That was a fun game. It was hard, but it was fun. It was like a 3D one. A little Diddy Kong right there. So we got what's this? Star Wars Speed Racers. Star Wars Episode 1 Racers. It was a fun game. fun kind of spaceship racing game, kind of like the movie. What do we got here? We got Super Mario 64. You got Mario running away from Bowser. He's blowing some fire in the background right there. Got one game called Load Runner 3D. Not really sure about this one. I believe I picked it up from like a pawn shop or something for probably like just a couple dollars. I haven't played that one too much. So I got a random Madden 99. I remember his voice a lot. And then we got the Mario Party 2. Such fun games. I want to go ahead and load up, honestly, one of my favorite games. Right here. Goldeneye. Got to plug in the controller. It's got like these three sort of prongs right there. They make it foolproof so you can't plug it in upside down or anything. I believe the order is from like 1, 2, 3, 4 in the player number. And actually, yeah, if you look at it right here, there's like 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots, like, you know, whatever player. So if you want to be first player, make sure you plug it in that side. We're going to turn it on the monitor as well. Let's readjust a little bit. And if you can hear, it's on. Let's restart it because we didn't see the full opening. Oh yeah. Boots up right away. Didn't even have to really blow on it. So pretty much I hold the controller like this. We're just going to play a little bit and just have some fun. I'll probably cycle through a different game as well in a couple minutes. Oh man. So this is like a save we had. There were so many cheat options I remember. You got the Invincible, all guns. Let's just have some fun. Tiny, you got DK mode, Tiny Bond. Got the Magnum, the Golden Gun. You can make the enemies fast or slow. You can give the enemies rockets. Let's give the enemies rockets. I wonder if there's any cheats that I haven't used or haven't found yet. Let's just play the first level. We're playing it as a secret agent. It's been so long, so you read the mission entry and then you actually have to go along this mission, and I'm pretty sure at the end of this first level we skydive or jump off of some sort of structure. So this trigger is the Z button, and we're just gonna walk around with this joystick. It's weird walking around. Oh man, he's got a big head and a rocket launcher. It's quiet. There's no music. I kind of remember some of these characters are standing. I'm pretty sure I have like almost all the weapons, so this is where you could get a sniper. So far no one's shot a rocket at me. Whoa, a little bit of a bounce right there. So let's just run through this first level real quick. I know there's two guys, I think, standing in these tunnels. Oh, they're shooting rockets at me. Man, these controls are pretty funky. But this game, when it came out, it was a huge deal. There was nothing else like it. These crazy ones right here. I'm pretty sure that there's barrels that can explode somewhere. Jeez. I can see their giant heads in there. Whoa. I think I gotta push this button on the wall here. There we go. Yeah, but this was an interesting game. You gotta play a secret agent, James Bond. So many movies about it. Came out on the Nintendo 64. Gotta open up the door. Alright, let's go ahead and try out some Diddy Kong Racing. Another game that I used to play a lot, but somehow got misplaced through time, is Beetle Adventure Racing. That was one of my favorite games to play. It was a fun racing game. Gotta clean out the system, reset it, turn it off and on. There we go. Some Diddy Kong Racing. $1997. Fun music. You choose your character. Let's just do a race. Onto a track we go. I'm a big chicken riding in this car. Such fun, catchy music. And this game's a lot easier to control than the Goldeneye. Goldeneye was a pretty advanced game, pretty advanced controls for a controller like this. It almost needs 2 joysticks, that game. This one's perfect. Collect these bananas, just drive around, hit the jump. Oink. An oil slick. Got a boost. So obviously it's kind of like Mario Kart, but I guess just the Donkey Kong version, which is cool. It's fun to have variety. And I have a horn function. Hoi! Give me that super rocket. Oh man, I was hoping it would boost me. Obviously, this game is not my my best, but it's still a lot of fun. Alright, so the next game we're going to check out is Super Mario 64. Plug it in, turn it on, and let's it's me, Mario. Let's give it a go. 1996. I believe he can move his head around and stuff. Cool. Okie dokie. And I'm not sure if on the system the saves are on the cartridge or the console. That's something I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if some of them have batteries inside of it. Like I know the original Zelda cartridge from like the NES had a battery in it for like a day-night cycle or something. Or for a save function, I believe it was. Yeah. So I'm little Mario, got Toad right there. Just jumping around. Whee! Such a fun game. Bump. Yeah. Okay, it's me, Mario. So just run around a little bit. Little tutorial mode right here. Do we gotta go punch a Goomba? Sorry, Goomba. Hoya! It's just like a 3D platformer. Oh, watch out. Hey! Stole it. And I'm sure people out there probably speedrun this game. They probably try to collect everything. And yeah, I believe they did remake this as well on like the Nintendo Switch, which is cool. It's just like another way to play the game because not everyone has the actual system itself to play it on. So if you can't ever get a game to start, an old cartridge game like this, Q-tip, a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and just kind of clean the connections. And you'll get a bunch of grime if it's all dirty, and then you should be able to give it the old plug in, and fingers crossed, boom, 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 go ahead and it loads on up. This is the Turok game. Wow, the old lizard thing. Let's see if we can load a game. No, nothing. Now this is a different game. Man, can't even figure out the controls right now. The C, okay, you walk around with the C buttons. The joystick is the up and down. It's a little bit better than the Goldeneye controls. I didn't play this game as much when I was younger. I actually bought it more recently, to be honest. Looks like we got the arrows. We're collecting these, looks like Dorito chips. Golden Doritos. Probably any minute we're going to see a dinosaur. Actually, nope. It's just a caveman who's trying to hurt me. Jeez, I'm not. These controls are funky. I see like a saber-toothed tiger just roaring. But interesting controls for sure. And most of the games, the D-pad doesn't do a lot. I guess there's a sprint function, so you can sprint. I guess it does. It turns off sprinting and running. But yeah, interesting game. The last game I'm going to be checking out today is going to be the Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Obviously this one's got Sharpie and all sorts of stuff all over it, and there's a random kind of sticker running on the back. Pretty sure I got that at like a used game shop somewhere back in the day. N64 logo right there, the LucasArts. Let's go ahead and do some pod racing. And this is kind of like from that scene in the movie, which is a lot of fun. And I thought this game does a really well job for just a racing game. Let's do some free play. We're at like a space bar. Look at that guy. Who are we gonna race as? It's like the guy from the movie. Alright. I saw an option for like inspecting the vehicle. Well, whoops. And obviously the analog stick is for controlling the movement right to left. This is like the acceleration. I don't think there's any like pickups in this game. I don't think it's like a Mario Kart game where you have to like throw turtle shells at each other. I think you're just literally trying to race and go as fast as you can. It does a good job of making you feel like you're going fast. I'm better at this game than Diddy Kong Racing for sure. And if you can see on the bottom left, it's like it showed my engine health. I believe if I crash into something, it'll probably show up. Yeah. Wow, that one little crash I did on purpose put me back to 4th. But yeah, such a fun game. And this system is great. I think it's a blast to play. Whoa, crash. Very cool. Choo! Alright, let's quick get past him. Pew! Very cool, first place. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed this video I made on my Nintendo 64. I had a lot of fun making this video. It's fun to reminisce and go ahead and boot up and play some old games again from back when I was younger. I played so many times with my brothers, especially Goldeneye, a lot of Beetle Adventure Racing, and just so much fun. I remember running around with a golden gun trying to shoot each other in the toes. Such a fun game. But yeah, such a fun system, such a cool concept. It's back when it was cartridges, kind of like a Game Boy. And I'm sure a lot of these games right here influenced to help create different ideas for actually some other games that came down the line. Because some of these games were groundbreaking, and it's just a cool piece of history, and I like to share it with you all. So anyways, again, thanks for stopping by. Keep on keeping on. Stay positive, and I'll catch you on the next one.